with regard to radionics and radiesthesia, we have with us Dr. Michael Kojo-Tremating. He is the Medical Director, C4C Radionics and Radiesthesia Hospital. What are we talking about? We shall get the mystery unraveled right now. Dr. Tremating, good morning. It's good to have you here.
Thank you.
Yes, a pleasure.
Good to have you, though.
Okay.
Thank you.
So when we say radionics and radiesthesia, what are we talking about?
Yeah, right. Thank you, and good morning to your cherished viewers. When we say radionics, radionics is more of an advanced method of treating diseases that seeks to address causes for all diseases. Radionics comes from two words that are combined, as in radiation and electronics. And when we talk of radiation, it's more of an emission of energy, as in electromagnetic rays. Then when it comes to the radiesthesia, too has to do with the study of rays. So anything that light passes through. So the two words comes together to form radionics and radiesthesia. And it was evolved somewhere in 1963. And based on the principle that every living being, all human beings, and all forms of life is immersed from the electromagnetic field of the earth. And other thing we also look at that every individual has its own electromagnetic field that has its own frequency. And this frequency could be sufficiently distorted. And anytime that is distorted, it results into what? Diseases of the organism. So all ailments at the end of the day have a cause. And that is what radionics seeks to address, the causes for these diseases. Unlike our mainstream of practice for some time now, where we seek to address the disease itself or the results of the distorted organ. Radionics rather seeks to look at the cause of the diseases, but not the results of the distorted organ. Probably in your house, you having this tree. Maybe the tree is giving a lot of problems. You want the tree out of the center of the house. What do? You don't cut it. When you cut it, either in the middle or probably just the leaves or just the hedge, what happens is in a month or in a year, it grows up again. So when you really want to get rid of all the tree from that particular house, you need to deal from the root. And that is what radionics seeks to address. And it's been practicing worldwide since 1863.
So what you're saying is that should I have malaria today, God forbid, radionics will can how do you call it, identify the cause of my malaria?
Yeah, the cause of the malaria.
But we know what causes malaria.
You know what causes malaria? What causes malaria?
Oh, when you get the bites from the female Anopheles mosquitoes, you know.
Yes, and that is wrong education in our system now.
Okay, educators.
Yeah, when you say causes, for example, okay, you made mention of malaria. The liver in itself was designed or is designed to filter any harmful substances, as in virus, as in parasite, as in fungi, as in protozoa, that swims through the bloodstream where incubation takes place is in the liver. So once you are able to have a normal function of the liver, what happens is the liver then filters this blood. So there wouldn't be anything like malaria. There can be 10 people sleeping in mosquito breed area or where these mosquitoes have been infected. Out of the 10 people, only 2% can easily be affected by malaria if their livers are out of order. Then about 98% will not be affected by malaria as a result of the liver. So when we're talking about malaria, when we're talking about hepatic cells as in hepatitis B, when you're talking about fever, we are talking about the liver. Once you safeguard your liver, because the job or the role of the liver in every human being or in the system is to attack. So the liver is regarded as the largest immune system in all our organ systems. So as we talk, you go to the medical school, even the JHS or the SHS science students will say the largest organ in the human body is the skin. Internally, when you come, the largest internal organ in the human body is the liver. And its work is to attack. Its work is to safeguard, is to prevent all these things. I'm also in Africa. I'm also in Ghana. But for the first 15 years, there hasn't been anything like malaria.
So that radionics works on the liver.
Yes, so radionics works on repairing the liver.
And in this case, we're still looking at malaria.
Yeah, you're still looking at malaria at the end of the day. So it works, you know, in the liver, there are many, many tissues. There are many, many cells in the liver. And one out of the cells may be out of order to allow the parasite to pass through. And once the parasite passes through, what we say is incubation is being done or is being inhibited on the liver. And once it's being done that, it will start bringing damages in the system. So radionics seeks to address the issue of the liver, not the malaria itself. And that's why we've been suffering. Like anytime there's malaria, you can be taking, I know a patient whom I met for a whole number of years. He's been taking malaria drugs. Today he goes malaria, every symptom malaria. He's been taking malaria drugs for many, many, many times, but it still goes and it comes. Why? Because we seek to what? We seek to suppress the symptoms of the malaria.
So what you're saying is that radionics can deal with it?
Yeah, radionics, I mean, like your viewers can just Google radionics, you know, R-A-D-I-O-N-I-C-S. When you Google radionics, you do a whole research on it. 1863, that Dr. Albert Abrams, he himself, you know, was a renowned American physician. In fact, in his time was known as the best specialist when it comes to disease of the nervous system. And he was a scientist, or he is a scientist, you know, in his time. And upon the discovery of all his research work and all that, countering what he was practicing and what currently we are also practicing, came out, there were radionics. That in fact, radionics will seek to address the causes of human problems, talking of what? Diseases, chronic and acute.
Okay, so that's some research for you. Go check it out. Google it, radionics.
Radionics, R-A-D-I-O-N-I-C-S.
Listen, you represented Ghana at a very important convention in India recently. What convention was that? And how important is it to those who are watching?
Yeah, that was the International Worldwide Convention on Homeopathy Day, you know, where we had lots of countries coming to New Delhi. So I had an official invitation from the government of India through the Ministry of Ayush. So the Ministry of Ayush invited, and I represented Ghana on this conference to talk about the health system, the healthcare system in relation to how ailments, you know, can really be prevented. Because we're looking at an effective way that we can deliver an effective healthcare in Ghana. You know, for some time now, when we talk of, for example, when you come to Ghana, though we were being colonized in 1952, where the early missionaries came, introduced allopathic drugs and all that. But when you go outside Ghana, in India, Europe, as in Germany, UK, and all that, you realize that things have changed. You know, there's a paradigm shift, talking of an European Union consisting of more of what? Electro-homeopathic treatment, where Dr. Samohanama, who also happens to be a very great physician of his time, introduced this system into us. But you realize that in Ghana, people are still not finding the right solution when it comes to Medicare. So someone will hear today, oh, there's this herbal person here, there's this spiritual person. All these people have been visiting the hospitals and all that, but they are not satisfied. So they are moving from one place to another in order to seek for. So that was why I was invited. So on part of the peer, you realize I was even giving a contribution to most of the cases and the issues, and I was doing things on projector to be able to demonstrate some statistics in terms of healthcare in Ghana at the conference.
Are you suggesting that homeopathy is the new, you know, way to go, the paradigm shift that you talk about?
What does the World Health Organization say? The WHO says that homeopathy is the second largest therapeutics. And when you say therapeutic, that has to do with treatment. Yeah, so as the allopathic medicine seeks to suppress the disease, homeopathy also seeks to what? Address it from the root.
And talking about allopathic, how different, indeed, the other treatments in the area of ailments, how different is this from radionics and radiosthesia?
All right, let me explain further. In allopathic, when we say allopathy, allopathy is the orthodox medicine. That is what we know. That's the orthodox medicine. You know, pharmacology, I say, you know, comes from the Greek word called pharmakia. And pharmakia had to do with sorcery. It has to do with poison substances. And that should tell us that there hasn't been any pharmaceutical product that do not have any side effect at the end of the day. So allopathic treatment seeks to always suppress issues of diseases, whilst the homeopathic treatment also seeks to, at the end of the day, address the causes for diseases. And once this is that, we are able to get a great relief. And this is what we are promoting everywhere.
Okay, briefly, and in about a minute, tell us about the free medical screening and then the scholarships that are available for those who are interested in homeopathy.
Yeah, by God's grace, once I was invited to India, there was this collaboration with the L.M.H.I, that's Lega Homeopathico Medicorium Internationalis, that is based in in Italy. Was a collaboration for them to partner with the C4C Radionics and Radiotherapy Hospital for us to do free medical screening for all Ghanaians. So what makes it special is the screening really will not define diseases, but will rather define the cause of your disease. So that means that you don't need to seek to come for the screening. You don't need necessarily to be diagnosed of a disease before you run to the hospital, but we are doing this in order to address all causes of disease in the system. It's something you can go and spend over $1,500 in South Africa just for this test. And they have partnered for us to do it for free. So we are doing it for first 1,000 callers who will call on the lines that is displayed on the screen. First 1,000 callers, once you call, you only register. You register in Takrade. We are in between Archbishop Porter Girls and Maize Sport. Fejai, Takrade, we are there. So all those close to Takrade can come to Takrade. In Central Region, we are in Cape Coast, in between Addison Gardens and Holy Child Secondary School. Then in Greater Accra Region, we are in Adenta SDA Junction. Adenta SDA Junction. Then in Kumasi, as in Ashanti Region, we are in Konongo Habitat Junction. Konongo. So when you get to Konongo, you take the next car that is going to Habitat Junction. It's just about 10 minutes, 15 minutes to Habitat Junction. You will see the C4C hospital there. So first 1,000 callers that will call on 0261 111 824. 0261 111 824 will be able to register and do the screening for you. You only pay for your folder, which is 50 cedi, then you only pay for your treatment. In terms of consultation, physiotherapy, the electronic scanning, and the lab test, you are not going to pay anything, only the folder. Then for the scholarship, maybe if you are interested in reading medicine, both homeopathic medicine and the allopathic medicine, you want to study in India, it's 5.5-year program to study, and we are having 50% scholarship for all interested students who would want to further their study in India specifically. You call the same line, you give us your details, we'll be able to assist you with a 50% scholarship for the tuition, then we send you to India for the studies.
We thank you very much,
Thank you,
Dr.
please.
Michael Kojo Tremanting.